It is officially draft month. Draft month is upon us. April 25th, just a reminder, we are going to be live on the channel, live streaming whoever the Giants select to pick. And right now, there's some rumblings. As you know, quarterbacks, the stock continues to rise. When it comes close to the draft, we've seen it this past couple of drafts. And listen, we might have a couple of different quarterbacks that are on our hands right now doing the same thing. Guys like JJ McCarthy. But this video, we're going to be talking about Michael Penix coming out of Washington. Possibly talks to him going to number 6. Now, the Giants are looking to possibly add a dynamic player with the 6th overall pick. Whether that be wide receiver, Malik Neighbors, Ron Wadunze. But also, they need to add a quarterback. It's looking like they're going to take a quarterback. But it's just all about which one. And which one do they really favor? These past couple of days, they did go out on a dinner with Michael Penix. They also did host him as a top 30 invite. And for the Giants, the past couple of years with Joe Shane, if he has a top 30 visit, one of those guys are probably going to get drafted. Also, they can also manipulate what we think, what other teams think, who we're trying to head in the direction of. And they also hosted a private showing with Michael Penix, a private little pro day after his pro day. They hosted a little meeting with him. So Michael Penix coming out of Washington, if you guys aren't aware of who he is, you guys really should, because he was a Heisman candidate. He balled out last year out of Washington, went to the college football championship, did lose against Michigan to J.J. McCarthy. But Michael Penix, all throughout that whole postseason run, he was going crazy for Washington, especially the latter games heading into the playoffs for them. Michael Penix last year put up over 4,900 yards passing, and he also rushed some on the ground. Michael Penix is a name that you should know. The talent with him throwing the ball is there. He is a left-handed quarterback. He is coming out of Tampa, Florida. Shout out to Central Florida, man. I'm from Central Florida. So I definitely want to see him put on somewhere. And who knows? Would it be with the New York Giants? In my opinion, pick number 6, that's tough. That's a tough position to put him in, especially to take him at number 6. But after his pro day, people were thinking that he was going to be taken in the 2nd round. Right at this moment, he's going to be taken in the 1st. Everyone should be aware of that. Everyone should kind of know. Michael Penix is extremely talented. The production on the field is not what keeps people away. It's more of the injuries that happen, his age a little bit compared to other quarterbacks, possibly the ceiling. Possibly you could look at Michael Penix and say, hey, that's the best you're going to get in college. He might not be able to get any better. But all I know is that he throws dots. If you haven't seen his highlights, man, and you haven't seen the plays that he made last year at Washington, he throws with anticipation and he throws confidently. That's what I can say. Because there's some throws on there that the defender's right on him. The defender is right there, right on him. There's some little hole shot plays that he made, and he throws with conviction. That's what I can say. And coming off of a season last year where we saw, up and down quarterback play, seeing a guy that throws with conviction, feeling like he can make every single throw, that's the guy that I want on my team. Michael Penix has that ability. Yes, he is left-handed, so maybe you want to have a better right tackle instead of left tackle. That wouldn't be a scenario, and that wouldn't be a problem for the Giants, in my opinion. Andrew Thomas isn't sliding over to right tackle, but trust me, they'll get it done. And I know it's hard to say because his line has been bad for a very long time, but overall, they'll make sure that their quarterback is upright, whether it is Michael Penix or another quarterback. I know that was one of the big complaints when it came to Michael Penix. Overall, out of everything, his injury history is real. And the way the Giants have approached this whole thing with Daniel Jones at this moment, Daniel Jones' injury history is glaring, so they're definitely going to look at Michael Penix with his injury history. Probably say he's glaring as well. He tore his ACL. He has shoulder issues, especially in his throwing arm. There's a couple of different injuries that he went down with in college. He's been in college for the past couple of years. He's going to be age 24 coming up after the draft in May. So he is a little older than a couple other QBs. I think that's what's going to stop the Giants from taking him ultimately. It's going to be that injury history and practically where they are. Now, I see a lot of people talking about it. If you like the QB, take him at 6. It doesn't matter where you take him. If you like him and he's that high on your board, take him at 6. I don't think the Giants have him ranked that high, in my opinion. It could also be a smokescreen. And once again, like we talked about in the beginning of the video, you see quarterbacks leading up to the draft boost up their stock every year. It's not necessarily them. This just always happens. So best believe there's some teams that are boosting up these players, especially like guys like J.J. McCarthy. Will he really go in the top 4? And at that point, that's when you can see the Giants, if they really, really, really want a quarterback, they might pivot and go Penix, but I still don't really see it happening. J.J. McCarthy, he's another guy that's supposed to go in the 2nd round. Now it's looking like he's going to go in the top of the 1st round, and it could be 1, 2, 3, 4 QBs. The Vikings could trade up to number 4, or possibly they talked about the Giants trading up to 4 to go get J.J. McCarthy. Right now, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. We're going to see what really happens, and in the next couple of weeks, we should find out if other teams jump up and trade up. Could the Giants possibly be one of those teams? That's what we'll see in this upcoming weeks as well. But when it comes to Michael Penix, man, once again, he has the ability. I think wherever he goes, he has a chance to compete overall. He has a chance to compete and probably push the starter a bit because he's talented, man. There's no neglecting it. You could look at it on the tape, man. Overall, you can't deny what's on tape. Michael Penix is talented. I just don't see the Giants specifically wanting him at 6. And will they trade back up into the first to go get him? I don't know, man. I don't know. I definitely see him going mid first round, possibly top 20. And at that point, there's 5 QBs taking the top 20. Don't know how the Giants will add their guy if they didn't already, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, man. What's your opinion on Michael Penix overall and the quarterback room altogether? Will the Giants actually add a QB? In my opinion, Malik Neighbors might be the guy, but we'll save that talk for these upcoming lives, man. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. we go live, so make sure you stay tuned. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. we'll be live talking about the draft, talking about Michael Penix, talking about J.J. McCarthy, talking about the whole 9, man. So make sure you tune in on there, man. Once again, not too much going on around Giants land, but if anything does drop, I will be sure to talk about it. Hey, Yankees undefeated, man. If you haven't already, link in the description, the Juke NYY. We're going to be talking about the Yankees over there. So if you're a Yankees fan, go sub up over there. And you better be a Yankees fan. If you're a Giants fan and you're a Mets fan, we got to talk about it in the live stream, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.